All right, what is up, you dirty motherfuckers? This is the Masculine Podcast, and I'm here. Nothing joined by my Baltimore Ravens loving friend CEO. CEO say what's up to the people.
What's good, peasants?
All right, but we're gonna talk about some Kanye West, man.
All right.
Kanye's in the news now. Before I look this up, before we're gonna be talking about the Kanye West and White Lives Matter thing with him and Candace Owens, and we're
Right.
gonna talk about who are the real coons and who are the real sellouts. But
Okay.
it's funny, I looked this shit up, and I guess Kanye's in some heat for fat shaming, and
Oh, for fact.
his Twitter is banned, or at least it says his Twitter is locked. So, and I guess Lizzo's fat ass came out and said she doesn't give a fuck about what Kanye West says about fat people. So
Okay.
I just find it funny how this dude's always in the fucking news when people say they don't like him.
I mean, shit, because he always says supposedly controversial things. I don't think
And he
it's
also
that
said
controversial.
he also said something very not homophobic. What's the stupid thing that the Jews say?
Oh,
Anti-Semitic.
yeah, anti-Semitic. Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. But Kanye West faces backlash. Wait, you see my screen, right?
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Kanye West faces backlash for wearing quote "White Lives Matter" shirt.
Okay.
To be honest, it was kind of funny to me. I feel like he was just mocking BLM, which they deserve to be mocked because they're full of shit, you know. So it is what it
Yeah, he
is.
was mocking them.
At this Paris fashion show on Monday, Kanye West wore a shirt with the phrase quote "White Lives Matter" on the back. Alongside of him was conservative commentator Candace Owens, who wore the same shirt in white.
Okay.
Great. The rapper who was officially named to Ye earlier this year, wore the shirt at a fashion show for his YZY brand. According to Complex, models also wore the quote White Lives Matter shirt during the show. The phrase White Lives Matter emerged as a racist response to Black Lives Matter movement in 2015 and has adopted and promoted by white supremacist groups and sympathizers, according to the Frame League. All right, so
Mm-hmm.
that's them wearing the shirt. Now, CEO, what's your thoughts on it now, man? What's your thoughts on him wearing the shirt?
I mean, I don't like. I really don't care. I mean, the shirt, like, it's just. I mean, it's literally the same logo and everything as Black Lives Matter. He just replaced black with white. That's pretty much it.
I find it fucking hilarious, honestly. I mean, it is Kanye. I mean, Kanye probably did this just to get attention for his fashion show, and successfully he did it. So
Yeah,
I guess,
I do think it was some attention seeking, definitely going
yeah, it
on.
is what it is. West and Owens not only showed support for White Lives Matter, but they also were critical of the Black Lives Matter movement. After Monday's fashion show, Owens posted a photo of her outfit on her Instagram story. One post appeared to be a screenshot of a story from West's account, which reads, "Everyone knows that Black Lives Matter was a scam. Now it's over. You're welcome." The story is no longer on West's account. Black Lives Matter gained national attention after the 2014 death of Michael Brown, a black teenager who was killed by a police officer in Ferguson, Missouri. It grew to a global scale and received widespread attention after the 2020 kill of George Floyd by the Minnesota police officer Derek Chauvin. Is that where it happened? I thought it happened with Trayvon.
Yeah, me too.
Hey man, it is what it is. Black Lives Matter was a movement. Black Lives Matter's movement is meant to dismantle a system that was designed to criminalize black people, that was designed to criminalize poor people,
Wait,
and
what?
people of color and other oppressed people. One of his founders, Alicia Garza, told CBS News in 2020, "I thought it was for black people. What the hell do poor
Yeah,
people have?"
well, first, yeah, I want to say, well, what is other oppressed people? What the fuck what is that supposed to mean?
You know what it means. Gays and trans and
Then why don't you just change the name? Because it's obviously not a black a black exclusive movement, then, right?
Because no one, because once again they use black. When they use black, you have to throw in the gays. You gotta throw in woman. They do this all the fucking time. Like prime is like Black Lives Matter was all through the NFL, and like now they're supporting women now all of a sudden. Well, like where the fuck did this happen?
Yeah, it's
Notice how
completely
we talked about like two black guys who died, and then we're talking about other oppressed people.
right. It's it definitely seems like a front for a different type of political ideology, in my opinion. So
I mean, it is. I mean, it fucking is. And by the way, Black Lives Matter isn't this the same group who fucking stole like millions of dollars to buy mansions for their fucking owners and shit?
listen, bro, it was founded by two lesbians, but now those lesbians have mansions and shit. So because let's be honest, most of those incidents with the police uh, and black are with police and black men, right? Like
Yeah,
rarely do you have a case with a woman. Rarely, like you'll have one like sprinkled throughout. Like the vast majority are black men, though. So my thing is, two lesbians are the ones that founded the movement. Do I think they really give a fuck about the plight of black men? Come on, bro.
no, no, they don't. Actually, I mean, if you look at their website, they literally say we're trying to get rid of the quote unquote family structure or the nuclear family, and we all know what that means: taking the man out of the house. We all know what it
Yep.
means. Let's not. This is called the Masculine Podcast for a reason. This is called the Masculine Podcast for a reason. Taking the man out the house. They literally have articles saying, woman, we need to make sure that the woman, the children, and the parents are the main ones in the household.
Hmm.
Woman, no, it was mothers, children's, and parents.
Right.
There's a big piece of that missing in that. We said mothers, we said children, we said they went for around fourth. Oh wow. But the mothers, children, and the parents. And what I mean by parents is we're not talking about a mother and father. We're talking about gay parents.
Hmm.
Clearly, they don't want the father in the household.
Right. So these are the type of people that are supposed to champion black men, right?
And by
So
the way, that turtle faced bitch Jamel Hill posted a fucking video, not a video, like an article of Black Lives Matter saying that heterosexual men are the white supremacists of the black community. So
yeah,
once again, matter of fact, we're gonna get into it after. Let's just finish this article. Well, go ahead if you have anything to say.
no, continue.
All right, let's finish this article. Many activists commanded West's shirt in comments. Mark Lamont Hill, another smart guy, an activist, author, and professor, tweeted that West's decision to wear that White Lives Matter shirt was disgusting, dangerous, and irresponsible. Professional and political commentator Wendy Osif.
Um,
I have no idea what this shit right here. I don't want to
yeah,
click on the bitch.
Osif. I think it's yeah.
Osif, whatever
No
your
wait,
name is,
Osfo.
Osifo. Get a new name, bitch.
Osfo. Yeah.
Said what West is doing is not only intelligently dishonest, it's irresponsible and borderline dangerous. Bitch, oh, speaking of the devil, journalist Jamel Hill
Oh
said
Jesus.
while the shirt may be a troll move or marketing, it is dangerously dumb message to send for someone with a massive platform. Well, bitch,
Oh
I've
my
been
God.
calling you dumb for years.
Yo, the irony of her using the terms dangerously dumb.
Bitch, aren't you the same people that said Boston people worship Hitler and then ESPN suspended your dumbass? I feel like that was dumb, Jamel Hill.
Yeah, that was very dumb.
Oh
But
my
but let me see. Why are they angry? Okay, like let's break this down, right?
yeah,
They're angry because he said he wore a shirt that said "White Lives Matter," right?
yeah.
All right. So what's inherently wrong with saying "White Lives Matter"?
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, they get triggered over it. Aren't they the same people that said, "Oh, why are you so mad that it's called Black Lives Matter"? Remember?
Yeah,
So why do they give? So you see how the moment you switch the term on them, it becomes an issue.
but you think you'll have the same outrage if someone said Asian lives matter or gay lives matter?
No, if they say gay lives matter, Kanye would be cheered right now. He would be applauded. by the clowns in the media. Or if he said Asian lives matter, same thing, right?
Yeah.
He could have said any. He could have inserted any group except for white people, and he probably would have been praised for it. I'm gonna just keep it honest. I'm gonna be honest. If the only group that you can, if you put Hispanic lives matter or whatever the fuck you want to put in there, no one would have said a damn word. But the moment he
You know
says
what,
white
Jamel Hill.
people,
Go ahead.
I'm done. Going.
Jamel Hill, you know what? Your life doesn't matter, bitch. I'm tired of Go away, please. You're horrible. I'm tired of you. You were horrible with the six on ESPN. You were horrible with ESPN. You don't know anything. You're just a dumb bitch.
Yeah,
Like, who takes her seriously? Like, who really takes this bitch seriously? She's an
I'm
idiot.
the fact that she's employed anywhere is a shock to me because if she started her own YouTube channel, nobody watched that shit.
She does have her own. Well, she has some type of podcast where I guess like one of the BLM, not one of the two lesbian bitches, but I guess there was another BLM leader, and she like left because she didn't like where the organization was going, and she was like on Jamel Hill's podcast. I don't know if it's on YouTube or not,
Mhm.
but but this is like mind-bogglingly dumb. She's an idiot.
Yeah.
When have you ever heard Jamel Hill say anything smart?
Nope, I can't recall any time she said anything smart.
Like, if you show me somewhere where Jamel Hill said something smart, that would be the first time Jamel Hill said anything smart.
Yeah.
But moving on, Hannah Geis, senior researcher analyst at Southern Poverty Law Center, which tracks hate groups, and said in a statement to CBS News, both West and Owens have a proclaim for high-profile stunts designed to troll liberals. Okay, at least she knows it's a troll, and that their use of a uh, rhetorical popular among some of the race fringe goes to show that these slogans can become normalized and a part of borderline right wing vanguard
Vernacular. Vernacular.
vernacular
Vernacular. Yeah.
vernacularly through repetition,
Repetition.
whatever.
Yeah.
Repetition. Listen, guys, I'm a horrible reader. So, just stick up to it. That's why I have CEO. He's the smart one. I'm just here to curse motherfuckers out. And speaking of cursing motherfuckers out, Hannah, you're kind of like, going against what you're saying. You said they're trolling people, and now you're saying that they're hurting people. Who the fuck was hurt by this asshole wearing a White Lives Matter shirt?
See, this is the issue that I have with like certain aspects of these very woke individuals is the fact that uh
Fucking
for
retards.
some reason like things that have no attachment to violence, right? So if
Yeah.
someone has an opinion that they don't like, or someone wears a shirt or a logo that they don't like, that's equivalent to punching someone in the face. I don't get how you can take an opinion or a shirt or a piece of art or whatever the fuck and equate it to fucking violence. Like what in the world? Like I don't understand how they come to that conclusion.
Yeah, you know what? A bunch of white supremacists saw Kanye wearing that shit and then they just wanted to go hang like 10 black people. I'm pretty sure that fucking happened.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that happened. But let's finish this article. Although some of West's past songs shed light on racism and the mainstream and the mistreatment of black people, he's come under fire for some of his statements in recent years. During a 2018 interview with TMZ, West said that slavery wasn't real. He didn't say slavery wasn't real. What did he say exactly? He said it was a choice or some shit like that.
No, he said something along the lines of people are enslaved like mentally, not
Yeah.
like physically, and then they took it as physical slavery or something like that.
Well, he said slavery was a choice, and then it did say like it's a mental thing, and that
Yeah, he
is just
referred it to as a mentality, not a actual
prime
like
example.
people.
Jamel Hill and Wendy and Hannah, you guys are all part of that slavery, you cocksucking queers. But anyways,
Yeah.
uh, he also made headlines in 2018 for meeting Donald Trump with then President Donald Trump several times and wearing a "Make America Great Again" hat. Oh yeah, that's real. That's real bad.
Oh wow.
Well, here's my question. Here's the question of the day, CEO. We kind of went on a ranges, but here's my
Mhm,
thing, though, right? Isn't
mhm.
it funny how Kanye West gets shit on for being a quote unquote coon and sellout, right?
Right.
But these are the same people who hype up people like gang members and
Mm-hmm.
violence and stuff like that, and they kill innocent black kids who are trying to play baseball outside their house. They're not,
Mm-hmm.
or people who sell drugs in their own community. They're not coons and sellouts. But Kanye West wearing a "Make America Great Again" hat and a White Lives Matter shirt, he's a coon, man. He's doing harm to the black community.
Harm, like, by what? Thinking independently, that's harmful, apparently.
Yeah, well, see, yo, you have to remember these are the same people like Jamel Hill will say, "Oh, that gang member or that drug dealer, he's keeping it real, man. He's keeping it real. Even though he's killing a lot of people, he's harming a lot of people. He's keeping it real." Kanye West wearing a "Make America Great Again" hat. Oh, Kanye is evil. He's well, what did she say? It's a dumb statement.
Yeah. Listen, who who is Jamel Hill employed by?
I think she has her own. Matter of fact, let's look this fucking dumb bitch up. Actually, you know what? Let's look up Jamel Hill, man. Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's employed by anybody. Oh God, look at this fucking bitch. I hate her so much. Jamel Hills and Mary, who wrote for the Atlantic. I don't care. Where the fuck did she work at? I think she's just a political pundit at this point.
She's just a political pundit.
Yeah, at this point, she like speaks out about like she goes on different shows and stuff.
But she was employed by and I believe she writes for the Atlantic as well, if I'm not mistaken. So she writes for the Atlantic. She was employed by ESPN, right?
Yeah,
Before, I think after ESPN she moved to another place.
yeah.
I don't remember what that place is. Do you
All right,
know?
so right here, from August 2022, February 21, she was the co-host of Vice and Carl and Jamel's "Won't Stick to Sports" along with Kerry Champion, that fucking idiot. So
Okay.
look at this bitch. Oh my god. But yeah, so I guess she just goes on different shows and stuff. So she has her own show and shit.
Okay, so all right, she was it says right here. ESPN, his and her Sports Center, the Atlantic, probably her own podcast. I don't know. If you watch that, you're taking poison, mental poison, by the way.
Might as well
So
just fucking. You might as well just fucking eat fucking
you might as well just
wild berries
drink,
like fucking. You
yeah,
might as
just
well just
drink,
eat poison ivy at that point.
yeah, or just drink lead. It's the same effect. So, but okay, so let's go down the so ESPN, right? Employed
Hmm.
by ESPN. Oh, who owns that company? James Pitaro or whatever the fuck his name. So a white man is the CEO, right?
Yeah.
A white man, okay. Who approves everything she says, and she was there saying a lot of bullshit. And a white man was her superior. Okay, so the Atlantic, who owns that? Okay, James Goldberg, probably a white Jew or something.
Yeah, it's a fucking Jew.
So okay, so a white Jew at the Atlantic, it was her superior. Okay, Vice. So she said she was on Vice or something.
I just fucking like Vice, Carl and Jamel.
Okay,
It's
so
called "Won't Stick to Sports." That's what the show's called.
okay, so the like CEO Vice is a white woman. Okay, so a white woman who who I believe is last name Killer, so probably Jewish too. So all her superiors are white, and
Yeah.
every single one of them let her speak nonsense and quote unquote pro black bullshit. I don't think that's I don't think it was I think that's all by design. I think if anyone's a coon and a sellout, it's Jamil Hill. All right. Because last time I checked, I don't think Kanye works for a bunch of white people.
Kanye's his
And
own boss.
Jamel Hill. So why would white people approve Jamel Hill slander against their own race?
You know what it is, man? Because it's not because they're the good white people. They're the liberals, and honestly, they're
Uh,
probably the people to tell her to do that shit.
they are exactly there. That's where I'm going with it, right? So
Yeah.
she's a puppet of all these white people who tell her what to do, and yet Kanye is the coon. like so these same people, all their paychecks are written by all these white people, same people they criticize, same people they talk shit. Why? Because do you think if their superiors or their bosses told them not to say this, do you think they would say it? No, I don't think they would say it. They would stay quiet.
I mean, well,
But
prime example when ESPN said, "Hey Jamel, stop mentioning Trump in every single other sentence," or you, and when you come back from suspension, what did she do? She stopped until her dumbass she got fired. I don't give a fuck if they went parted ways. No, she got fired because she's a frog faced bitch.
right, so she like most of these people are puppets in the media. They're controlled by their superiors, who the majority of them are white, and they get told what to say. And so basically, they spread what seems to be pro-black propaganda, but it isn't. It's just liberal nonsense, to be quite frank with you. And they use them as puppets to spew it to their audience, and then all these people are like, "Yeah, fuck Kanye," but yeah, we're gonna prop up puppets like Shannon and Jamel Hill, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
basically the fucking Shannon's like the male version of fucking Jamel Hill at this point.
right, it's so weird that Shannon, whose superiors are nothing but white people, whose boss is Skip and who happens to be white, and yet he's able to say all this shit and be victim and slander a group of other people hypocritically, and yet it's always pushed by the media outlets. If I had to bet money on it, it's the same people that they criticize to be anti-black is the same people that they uh, I mean the people that they praise are the same people that give them money behind the scenes. Because look at what's his name? I forgot. Skip, right? All
Yeah,
all Mr. Pro Black Skip.
yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Pro Black. Do you think he lets all this shit go? Do you think he Skip like this man? Do you think his parents didn't probably use some kind of verbiage against black people before?
I mean, bro, Skip is a fucking 80-year-old dude from fucking Oklahoma. Fuck out of here.
Right? Don't you think like exactly? That's what I'm saying. Like, but yet these are the people that are so pro black. Like
No, it's
Skip,
all a facade, bro.
it is, and that's my point. But when you take someone who like Kanye, for example, who has his very weird way of thinking, but he's at least he's authentic with it.
Yeah.
He's the coon, but not the people taking orders from Whitey. Apparently they're pro black. Very funny.
It's fucking ridiculous how idiotic these people are. Like it's just like honestly, it's like I don't fucking it's these people, man. Listen, all you pro blacks and wokes, like what? Why? It's 2022. If you can't see this is bullshit, why are you still supporting it? It's like, come on, man.
Here, like why? Here's my thing, right? Um, there are a lot of black people who who simply don't care about race, right?
Yeah,
And then you have people like Jamel Hill and people like Shannon who pressure you, who pressure these people into believing that because they don't care about race or because they think that being, let's say, bigoted towards white people or any other group of people is stupid. Because according to Jamel Hill, Shannon Sharp, they can talk shit about white people 24/7, and that's pro black, right?
it's real. That's progressivism, as
That's
they call it.
progressive, right? We can shit on whitey, and but that's good. But the moment there's any criticism towards their group or any criticism towards their movements, it's all of a sudden a racist. And if you're black and you support it, you're a coon, and all this blah blah bullshit. Like it's just I'm the good thing is I do think that more and more people are waking up to this bullshit
Yeah, it
because
seems like.
these
And when we
people like
mean by
Jamel,
people, we're talking about the average Joe.
yeah, the average Joe, yeah, I think that more and more people are starting to get annoyed and disgusted by by because a lot of people like back in 2016, a lot of people they heard like the whole propaganda, Black Lives Matter propaganda bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, yeah, I support it because it's all good. But nowadays, and it's the same thing with the gay movement. Before people were like, yeah, they do get like bullied and shit. Like we should just leave them alone and all that
It's not a bad
bullshit.
thing. My
And
bad.
now it's everything is turning because the way everything is structured and because um people are pulling shit behind the scenes now, and it's obvious, right? You have people like ESPN, Fox, FS1, and because it's so obvious now, a lot of people your average viewers are getting turned off by the propaganda, and that's why people like Jamel Hill are unpopular. Like she's not popular. Like she's only popular with a sliver of her woke segment. I mean, her woke faction of liberals. She's popular with them. But if
She's
it wasn't
popular with the spineless black men and the liberal woman and liberal white
be,
people. That's it.
right, because if she wasn't interjected in all these articles, no one would know who the fuck she is. Like she's
No.
force fed to the public.
Yeah, facts. Like
Like no, she's not popular. She does not get any ratings, bro. She's
it's a
not a
fact. No, she
she's
doesn't.
being force fed to us by the puppeteers behind the scenes.
Yeah, man, that's all she is. She's a fucking puppet. She's not strong. She's not independent. She's just a turtle faced bitch who just says what her fucking white master, aka her white liberal co-host, says. That's all she fucking says.
Yes, that's correct.
Like, I mean, come on, man. This is the same woman who said like black man, and a lot of black men are actually waking up to this. Is the same woman who said you are a white. If you're heterosexual, if you like pussy, she said you're a white supremacist to the black community. Not the gay guys who are giving each other AIDS. You're the white supremacist, bro. That's what she posted on her Twitter before she took it down.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
know,
and,
so,
and yeah,
but remember, Kanye's the coon.
yeah.
And look,
He's
I mean, is Kanye an idiot? Yeah, sure. You can say Kanye's an idiot. He's weird or whatever. One thing you can say about Kanye is that he's his own fucking boss.
yeah. And by the way, people seem to forget that Kanye, like he does suffer from bouts of bipolarism. So it's not like everything that comes out of his mouth is 100% it's going to be 100% logical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Like,
And at the end of the day, here's my thing. People who swear up and down before we head out. Here's my thing. People who swear up and down, I don't care what Kanye says, I don't pay him attention. Well, anytime he does something, it looks like you pay attention.
yes, because Kanye, regardless of what people say about him, is definitely one of the most influential people in America.
Absolutely.
Um,
Those ugly ass
both
Yeezys that everybody wears now.
right. I mean, just from a cultural aspect, like he's influenced culture so much, and that's what I'm saying. Like people care what he said, no matter how people treat Kanye, they care what he says. Because if it's not, he wouldn't be on be trending every time he does one of his stunts. He wouldn't be if no one truly cared what he thought, and they just thought he was some kind of a mentally ill dotard. Then why are they paying attention to everything he does? Every single tweet of his gets like 300,000, and it could be like the dumbest shit. The media fawns over whatever he has to say. If you think he's truly an idiot, why are you giving him this much attention? And that's kind of the same, same, what's it called? He kind of suffers from the same thing like Trump does,
Mm-hmm.
in that people think he's a fucking retard, but yet you can't seem to ignore him.
Yeah.
You got to keep on talking about him endlessly. So I'm just like, if you really think he's slow, dumb, like whatever the hell you want to think he is, then why are you paying him attention?
Yeah, I mean, it is. Well, I just honestly find it funny. Like he's just a troll, and that's exactly what he is. And this is all publicity stuff to hire, to market his fashion and shit.
Right.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
Exactly.
But CEO, is there anything else you want to say to the people watching this, to all the pro blacks, man, who are gonna call us coons and sellouts?
I mean, I don't think I would qualify under the term coon, but
Oh yeah,
uh,
CEO speech. I would probably qualify for a coon.
yeah, I would probably be qualified as a racist. But they can, y'all can go fuck off. No one gives a fuck what you think. If you want to, like, if we debated, you would lose. That's pretty much it, peasant. So that's all I have to say to you, fags.
All right, and that being said, Mexican podcast out.
Peace.
Oh, yeah.